Somebody's crying, go low. Somebody's crying, go low. I need you love today. I need you right away. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's crying, go low. Somebody's crying, go low. I need you love today. I need you right away. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's crying, go low. I need you love today. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's crying, go low. Somebody's crying, go low. I need you love today. I need you right away. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody's in this bed. Somebody feels like no one cares. Somebody feels
Welcome everyone to episode 9 of my podcast. It is a pleasure seeing you all here. Thank you, transformational gaming, for being here. Spooky will be joining us soon. I'm sure he's still getting ready on his end. Before I get into today's topic, I hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far and will have a wonderful weekend. There's my love. Hey, Spooky. Can you hear me okay? Oh, he's still getting ready. So, hopefully everyone is having a wonderful week so far and will have a wonderful weekend. Currently, I have been playing two different games. Gotham Knights, I'm still getting used to that. I'm still working on getting to Mr. Freeze. Well, I have to get through his goons before I, get to him. And then I have been playing Grounded. I'm working on creating gear and hunting down, certain insects that I need to create what I need. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing lately. I'm really enjoying Gotham Knights. I have been I've tried out Robin. Finally, Robin goes in. So if you have not tried Robin out on Gotham Knights, do not underestimate him. He is freaking sick. I feel like he's faster than the rest of the characters. Like, I thought Batgirl was fast. I think Robin's the fastest. That's just my own opinion, though. But he's smooth. I tried him out for the first time today, and he is so freaking awesome. So, I enjoy playing as Robin as well. All of them are really awesome, but Batgirl's like my main. And then babe, can you hear me okay? Oh, he's still working on stuff. Nightwing I've tried out once. He's pretty sick as well. So I've been enjoying Nightwing. Hold on, let me make sure everything is going here. Okay, good. So, that's what I've been currently playing, and I've been seeing that everyone's been enjoying Call of Duty, which is freaking sick. I'm glad everyone is enjoying Call of Duty. Spooky just currently finished playing the campaign on that, and he loved it. Everybody's been saying this is like the best Call of Duty that they've played. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's enjoying it. I'll be getting that soon, hopefully. So whenever I do, when I do get it, I'm definitely going to stream the crap out of it. Playing some multiplayer and playing the campaign. I'm probably going to end up playing the campaign first and then stream like the multiplayer. So that'll be freaking sick. Then I've just seen some new footage of Atomic Heart being released where you're battling like this ball-shaped metal contraption thing that's like all over the place. So they just released a boss fight from Atomic Heart. If you have not seen it already, they posted it on Twitter and possibly everywhere else on social media. Gave you a little glimpse of how the boss fights will be. So I'll be looking forward to playing Atomic Heart. My boy Mick Gordon, who is a sound engineer, he's freaking well known for his work. I feel like he's a hidden gem. Not a lot of people know about Mick Gordon. He's done music for Killer Instinct, Doom Eternal, a whole bunch of games, and he's also worked with bands, certain music artists. But if you don't know who Mick Gordon is, look his work up. Look him up. He's freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of his work. He's awesome. And he's also on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can find him on there and follow, what he's doing. So, yeah. Spooky, are you with us yet, love?
I am.
There's my baby. Welcome, Spooky. So far, we have Transformational Gaming in chat with us. And I was just going over games that I've been currently playing. and enjoying. Are there any games that you would love to share that you've, experienced that you recommend to everyone to check out?
So you've already touched on Gotham Knights, so I won't
Yeah.
won't talk that up, even though it's a brilliant game. The game Yobi bought me for my birthday, the new Tales from the Borderlands. It's fucking hilarious. It is the banter and just the back and forth in that game. It is just one hilarious thing after the bloody next, and the game plays out so well. Very similar to the first, but they've just upped the ante. So definitely go out and check that if you're into Borderlands and that franchise. Persona 5 Royal. I know it's a lengthy game, but damn, is that game go in. The combat is phenomenal. The music it just engrosses you. The story is relatable. The character's relatable. Very easy to get sucked in. And probably another new game that's just recently come out. I only just touched on it because I only just got around to starting it last night after completing the COD campaign. Plague Tale Requiem. If you love the first, you'll love the second. It's exceptional. Asobo has really done wonders, and it looks great. It plays phenomenally, and again, the story is so good. You just get so engrossed in it. So there's 3 games right now would be my high recommendations outside of obviously Gotham Knights. So yeah, I'm enjoying all 3 of those. Enjoyed the COD campaign. Going to be checking out the multiplayer at some point over the weekend with good old Chuck Magic. As he's been talking it up. So I've seen other people enjoying the multiplayer. I just haven't had my chance yet. But that game in itself is probably the best COD in a very, very long time. And I appreciate the return to form. But that's the games out there. And if you don't need a little tidbit, I'll say on Gotham Knights, all the haters out there, just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. The game on my freaking OLED runs smooth like butter. Even at 30 FPS, like I think it's probably because I am running on the OLED. I don't really notice. I'm not really noticing what I may notice if I didn't have an OLED. But it looks glorious. Plays nice. The story's fantastic. Very, very sad beginning, obviously. But
yeah,
each character is unique. Love the combat. Just love everything about that game. I'd have it in the conversation for the game of the year, but it probably won't be. I wouldn't put it obviously ahead of my game of the year in Grounded, but I think they've done a great enough job there to at least be considered. But I just don't think it will be.
Right.
Might be in some other categories. That game of the year category is a real hard one to crack, and from all accounts, it probably doesn't matter who's in there, because I'll have this feeling Elden Ring's probably going to take it out because it was so widespread and loved and enjoyed and praised. So yeah. Hey, what's good, Ms. K? And
my sis, Miss K. Yes.
And I see the other sisters in here. Battle Jeans.
Battle Jeans.
What's good?
Thank you so much, you two, for being here. Yeah, my girl, Miss K. Girl, I'm behind on your videos. I gotta catch up with your stuff, Miss K. Thank you so much for being here. So all is well, good to see you. I'm just chilling and checking out the podcast. Nice. Miss K, I don't have Call of Duty yet, but everyone has been talking it up, sis, and they've been loving it. My love Spooky here, he just finished the campaign. He enjoyed it, and everyone's been saying this is the best Call of Duty so far. and I can't wait to play it. Once I play it, I'm gonna be all over it. And
Well,
Miss
hey,
K, when I get it, we gotta play, girl. We gotta play.
Hey, at least this year they can't call it what it's been called in previous years. You know, Call of Duty.
Oh, Call of Duty. I know they've been calling that,
Call of Duty, yeah.
nicknaming that for years. Yeah, I know. I don't even think I finished the campaign to the last game. What are you gonna say, babe?
It definitely doesn't deserve that name this year.
Oh no, it's kicking ass this year. That's a definite.
Which is good, as I said. Which is good. That series needed new life breathed into it, so to speak, because it was kind of on the downturn. You know, regardless of popularity, regardless that it's still is one of the biggest games. You take that away, it was still on the downturn because as I've mentioned before, every year you would hear more complaints than you would praise the game because of the games being too samey. Just having that year development, there wasn't a heck of a lot of time for them to change a lot of things. For fans to go, the next iteration. Oh, this is different. Or this feels new. Or this feels fresh. So I'm still one of the hopefuls out there that Activision might take that into a 2-year development cycle instead of this 12-month development cycle.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to play it. Oh, just a quick random note here. This game I'm showing, this is PN, which stands for Project Number 03. This game came out actually September 9th, 2003 for the GameCube, but I still own this game. And this is Joanna, the protagonist up in here. There's a twist at the end of the game that blew my mind even, because this takes place in the future. And she's fighting a whole bunch of robots, and she listens to music when she battles these robots. So that's why you see her like dancing, and she has like all these different poses and stuff. But she has all these different battle suits that you unlock the more you play the game. I think she has like a pink suit, a red suit, a black suit, and they all have different types of different abilities to the suit, not just the same abilities. They all have different ones. So I remember unlocking all the suits up in that game, but that PN03 is freaking epic. So that's why I'm showing it on my pod, because it's a very unique game. Not a lot of people know about it. I think when Spooky, my love here, when he was doing his pod with the boys, I think they were talking about games on the Gamecast. Wow, on the GameCube. Excuse me, on the GameCube, and I brought up PN03, and I think one of the boys did too. Brought up PN03, saying they remembered that game. Did. Yeah, Chuck, that's right. Chuck did, because I was trying to remember who brought it up. But yeah, I just wanted to show it tonight because I missed the game. I still own the game in the GameCube and all the other games I have for it. But I just thought it would be a very unique game. It was an
underrated title.
Oh yeah, it is. It was. Yeah, this game was addicting, very different back in the day. And I was hoping to see like a sequel to it, but I don't know. It's just a rare gem that not a lot of people knew about. So yeah, that's why I'm showing it. I almost showed Max Payne. I used to own the second one, but I let one of my friends back home in Alaska borrow it. Never seen it again, but thank God I beat it. I've not played Max Payne 3 though. I have not played that one yet. Babe, have you played Max Payne 3?
Yeah, I've played all Max Paynes.
What was it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really, really well done.
Oh, that's good.
I'm pretty sure it got highly rated, like review-wise as well. You can, it's back compat on the Series X. Still actually, because it was a 360 game.
Right.
It actually still holds up pretty damn well today. And I'm thinking maybe that's the reason when they've just recently announced that they will be doing a package remake of Max Payne 1 and 2. It got left off because it actually does still look good. I'm pretty sure it was one of the games that Microsoft did the the graphics boost and the 60 FPS boost for and stuff like that. So
Right.
If the remakes of 1 and 2 sell well, I dare say 3 would probably follow at a later point, obviously, as well.
Okay.
Because the whole series was fantastic. It was such a fantastic series.
Do you think they'll make another one? You think they'll continue the series of Max Payne, you think?
Well, it's been dormant for a while, but obviously them coming out with this, remake of 1 and 2, I'm guessing they're going to see how that sells. If it's selling really well, obviously especially with newer audiences that may not have played them originally,
Right.
that might give them a sign or a suggestion to, hey, start working on a Max Payne 4. I'd love to see a Max Payne 4. But yeah, it's sort of, I guess, up in the air right now. I don't think there's really a definitive answer out there, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, because as I said, it was very popular with people.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's a bit older in his third one too, from what I've seen. He looked like he's in his maybe 50s, you think? Or 40s.
Like late 40s, maybe early 50s. He's got the big Bushman beard going on, as I like to call
I
it.
seen him. I seen a picture.
Yeah. He looks like he's had a bit of a rough time of it since, like, between the Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 3.
Right.
So yeah, they did age him a little bit and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool though. Just to sort of see that character progression.
Right.
And there's a bit of a time jump from 2. Hello, Sister Phasma, welcome in.
Welcome, Phasma. Thank you so much for coming through, sis. I was going to shout you out, but I didn't want to interrupt my love speaking, because I'm a listener. I don't like over talking. So welcome. Thank you everyone for being here. You guys rock. Even if it's your first time, like, thank you so much for being here. That means a lot. We're just for those that are just now entering chat, we're talking about other things before we get to the topic. But we'll explain the topic, but we're just going over some games that we're currently playing and recommend if you haven't tried out yet. And we were just talking about Max Payne. I was asking my love Spooky here on Max Payne 3, like how it is, and if it's possible they're gonna come out with more like down the line. Just that reminds me, love. Just like Happy Friday, Battle. Happy Friday.
Hey, at least I just seen that, and at least it was the right song that just popped in my head. It was the good song, all right? I didn't have that annoying Friday song that popped in my head.
Oh my gosh. You are
Happy Friday.
You are
So then I had it's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
I love your randomness. But now there was a rumor a long time ago about Splinter Cell. I think they squashed that rumor already, how they were going to have his daughter take over Sam Fisher's place. But then they went back to no, Sam Fisher's going to actually make a comeback. But I don't think we've heard any more information on that. Have you, love? Like on Splinter Cell, like anything new, like new info?
No, nothing new since that last lot of drizzle of information that came out suggesting that they're working on a new game. Nothing much other than that's been said.
Okay.
Because I was congratulating Pong because I said, hey, you wished it into existence, we're finally going to get it. And they dropped that little sort of teaser tidbit, and then that's it. Nothing. Completely nothing since.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because I haven't played like every Splinter Cell game out there, because I have the original that's on the original Xbox, which I still own, along with all these other games that I have for it, except I got rid of Jet Set Radio, Jet Set Radio Future, which was dumb. I should have kept on, or held on to that game years ago, but I don't know, for some odd reason I got rid of it. That was stupid. But at least I have the Dreamcast one. But yeah, I didn't complete Splinter Cell because I remember being in a hallway and I was blending in with the shadows and I had to sneak inside a room or something. That's where I left off in the game. I'm surprised I still remember. But I haven't gone back to that game like ever since then. And then other consoles years later started coming out. So yeah. And I think I have Splinter Cell on Game Boy or something like that. I think it's the second game. But that's about it. I haven't played like the other ones, unfortunately. What about you, Love? Have you played all the Splinter Cell so far?
Yeah, I've played them all. I've played all the Splinter Cells, all the way ranging back to the OG Xbox, all through the 360 era. Fantastic series. That's why it's been people have been screaming out for it to return for so long. Just for us to kind of all of us get ignored for all these years, and finally, obviously, someone over there decided, hey, maybe we should just bend the knee here and give in and give these fans what they want. There's enough people wanting this, so the demand is there, and so obviously they thought, well, now's the time to pull the trigger on it. So it's about damn time. It's about damn time is all I could say for a new one. So hopefully it will hit the same type of popularity that it once did. I think it will. So it'll be good to see. But all the other games have been fantastic. Spy, espionage, all that good stuff.
That's cool. What was I gonna say? Oh, I wanted to correct myself. Okay, so for those that are just now entering the chat, this will be my second time announcing it, and that's it. But this game I'm showing is on GameCube. It's called PN, which stands for Project Number 03, and it came out September 9th of 2003. And I think I said her name was Joanna, but it's actually Vanessa. She was hired by this mysterious woman that wanted her to so she was hired, and she doesn't know what this woman looks like, but at the end of the game there's a twist, a crazy twist, because this game takes place in the future, and she's hired to take out these robots because I guess they're like in the middle of a war or something, and they're trying to take over. So it's kind of like that movie, what was that Will Smith movie, AI Robot? Is that what it was called?
iRobot.
I'm sorry, iRobot. So it's kind of like that, where these robots are trying to take over. And I think there's more to the story, but I only played this game like maybe once or twice back in the day on GameCube. But yeah, she was hired, and she doesn't know what the person. She knows it's a woman, but she doesn't know what she looks like. I would tell you what happened at the end, but just in case you want to play it, I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, the twist got me like, that was my face, like, are you serious? So it is a pretty sick game to play. But yeah, her name's Vanessa, and she has all these different color suits. She's in the yellow suit right now because I think she started out in the basic white suit, or black suit or whatever. But every suit has a different ability, and she listens to music while she's battling these robots. So that's why when you see her standing in place, she's kind of like bobbing her head, and she has like all these different poses and stuff. So it's a sick game, one of a kind game that came out on GameCube. So anyway, that's information on the game I'm showing. I just decided to show it because it was one of my faves and it's different. So anyway, all right, so today's topic, let's get to the topic here. So the topic is, should I stay or should I go? Console choices. Okay, so there's consoles that we've owned or still own, Xbox, PlayStation, right? But sometimes people are like, oh, I want to get rid of the Xbox because it's not hitting that expectation for me. Or I want to get rid of the PlayStation because it's not hitting that expectation for me. So that's why I named this topic, should I stay or should I go? Is because some people are having issues with that type of decision. And if they want to drop both consoles, they'd be like, shoot, I'm just going to PC. Like, forget all that, you know? And PC, in reality, is more powerful than the freaking Xbox and PlayStation anyway, right? So that's why you have some people jumping to PC, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Shoot, if I had money to get a PC like that, like well, I used to want an Alienware, but after I heard some stories about Alienware, so I'm like, oh, never mind. But if I had money like that to get a high-end PC, I would. But you know what? I'm okay with consoles. So for those that have high-end PCs, I'm happy for you, and I'm glad that you're enjoying them. But yeah, that's why mostly people lean to PC, because it's more reliable and more fluid than it would be like on consoles. So I'll ask you, Spooky, here in a moment, love. But my console of choice, like, I have love for all consoles. I don't get into that console war crap. I love all consoles. Yes, both consoles have flaws. There's no such thing as a perfect console. There's a lot of people that think, oh, PlayStation's the best, Xbox the best. Nah. They both have flaws. They're like human beings. They still need to grow, right? There's still technical difficulties with them. There's still things that are missing from the consoles, whatever it may be. They might be lacking games, or maybe lacking games, you know, all this crap, right? So straight to the point, I prefer Xbox because I feel like they have more games, which in reality, they do. There's more choices. It's more equipped. There's no half-assery when it comes to everything that's equipped within the system. As for like PlayStation, I can't talk much about PlayStation because I've only owned the PlayStation 2, so I'm not going to sit here acting like I know PlayStation inside and out. But from my friends' experiences with PlayStation, because I have friends all over that are on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever it may be, everywhere. Based off of what they've mentioned, when they get their PlayStations, there's stuff that's half-assed on it. Like, there's no voice chat or whatever. They added voice chat like later on. You know, there's things that they're adding like little by little when you would think, shouldn't it be equipped with the system already? Like, why we have to wait? You know, so I felt bad for the PlayStation side when it came to that. So I'm like, why are they half-assing the PlayStation side when it comes to the console, but for Xbox, everything's equipped? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's flaws everywhere. There's no perfect thing, but I lean more towards Xbox because I just feel, again, there's more choices. But with PlayStation, when it comes to games, I feel like they're more based off of visuals when it comes to the games. Like, it's more cinematics more than gameplay. There's not enough variety. That's how I feel on it. You guys might think differently, and that's okay, but we're all entitled to our own opinions. But that's how I feel about PlayStation. Like, there could be more variety instead of more single player. Like, there should be more multiplayer. There should be more choices in general. That's how I feel that should happen on the PlayStation side. That's why I feel like PlayStation side is hating on the Xbox side, because maybe they secretly feel like, why does Xbox have more stuff and we hardly have anything? You know, so they bicker. You know what I mean? If you have issues with lackability on the freaking PlayStation, then mention it to them. Get into that community and bring it up. Don't be lashing at Xbox folk. Xbox folk don't got nothing to do with that. Talk to the company. Like, hey, we're lacking over here. I think you should add this. I think you should add that. With Xbox, like, we're very vocal. Isn't that right, babe? We're very vocal. Like on
yes, yeah, the community on.
Go ahead.
On the Xbox side has proven, numerous times that if they don't like something, or that there's something out there that needs calling out, they're not afraid to bandy together as one voice.
Yeah.
And try and get something done. Case in point, I mean, the biggest sort of on a larger scale that I've seen that happen is when they tried to raise the price of the Xbox Live, and within a few hours of the Xbox community all speaking up, they reversed the decision.
Everybody was rioting.
So,
They said, "Oh,
Yeah,
hell to
yeah.
the no! You ain't raising
we're rioting in
nothing."
the street. Yeah. We're gonna burn the world down.
Everybody was
Yeah.
protesting. Yeah.
And I think Phil went back to Satya and go, yeah, see, I told you. I told you this was a bad idea. I told you before we even decided to go if it was a bad idea. But,
Yeah.
you know, the big boss man gets the final say. And as we know, or as anybody knows, Phil isn't the big boss man. He's the boss man at Xbox, but he isn't. He's got a boss, which is Satya. And Satya gets the final decision. So
Yeah.
I said the whole time with that, I thought it might have been, it probably was Satya's decision, like, hey, we're in a position now, a good position now. Now might be the time to raise the price. And he thought it was going to be. He goes, nah, and I think he was getting told, look, this isn't going to work. The community's, you're going to cop it from the community, and that's why I think in the end of it, there's probably a few of them, whether it was Phil or whoever, Sarah, and that went in there saying, we told you so. We told you what was going to happen.
Hey, sometimes the reality will hit folk. They'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
But yeah,
no.
Oh, go ahead, love.
It's good to see, and I think, well, that's one thing I would like to see more from the PlayStation community, is them to speak up more on certain things, you know, instead of just, you know, basically bending over and taking it and not saying nothing, you know what I mean? Like, there's a few decisions that, you know, coming from a consumer and you know, as well as gamer point of view, that you sit back and go, it's a bit anti-consumer there, Sony, like, but I don't seem to be vocal over on that side when it comes to stuff like that. And they need to be. If they want change, there's no point in them getting up on Twitter or Facebook and that and having their big sooks and whinges, because it's not going to really do anything.
Right.
But if you bandy together, if you have many voices come together, we see it all the time, and not just in gaming, but just in anything. If you want to try and get something changed or something done, you need many voices coming together and standing together as one, and keep at it, you know, together. And I'd just like to see more from that side of things. I would love to see that PlayStation community, and we know that it's a big community over there. Just be more vocal. You know, you have that right as a gamer and as a consumer, especially as a consumer.
Yes.
Because it's, at the end of the day, it's your hard-earned cash you are giving these companies. Now, if you don't feel that your cash is justified, or you're not, you know, they're making decisions that you're like, wow, you know, and that's, well, we are within your right. Now, of course, at the end of the day, you know, seen it many times too. I mean, you know, you can voice together and stand together, and you might not get what the end result that you want to get. But the main thing is that you can still, you know, sort of sit back and hold your head held high, that you at least tried, you know, like you just didn't sit on your hands. So yeah, you know, that'd be good to see.
And I'm just gonna be transparent and real with this, because there's a lot of people that are afraid to speak up when it comes to this. There's people like randoms that I would see in the Twitter community that is afraid to speak up about PlayStation, like the flaws of PlayStation, because people be acting like it's high school. They get ganged up on because of their opinion. First of all, it's an opinion. Secondly, if you don't like it, then shut up. Like, if you find something wrong with the PlayStation side when it comes to your money going towards them, you have every right to speak up. So I don't understand why grown folk are afraid to speak up when it comes to PlayStation. If you see something wrong, then let them know. How are they going to know if you don't say anything? All you're going to hear is a whole bunch of people whinging and getting in the console war, throwing a temper tantrum. Like, it's getting old already. That's why some folk got off of Twitter, because they were tired of that negativity. They just wanted the game. So it's just sad how this is a daily battle. People getting bullied over plastic. But again, if you want your voice heard, say something. Don't be sitting there
And-
like,
and-
oh, I
and
don't want
right
to say
now-
no because they're going to say it. They're going to DM me. They're going to talk about me in podcast. They're going to tweet my stuff out and post stuff. So what? So mother
And-
effing what? And
Right now, it's at its worst. It's at a fever pitch
Yes.
because of this ABK deal, right? Both sides, are going back and forth. Gamers on both sides. And this is where I'd like to see like someone like a Jim Ryan take the stand and show his fan base,
Yes.
what you're doing is wrong, right?
yes,
At the same time, what Jim's currently doing is a bit ridiculous and stupid. Like, man, you're in a position of power when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, right? We know PlayStation is ahead of Xbox. They have been for a while in a lot of areas. So why are you out here if you're number one? Basically, we're leaving Nintendo out of it, even though they're the true number
yeah, they
one,
mind
but
their own business.
We're leaving them out of it because they're in their own lane doing their thing.
Yeah.
So out of the two big boys, PlayStation is ahead. And I've said this, even being a preferred Xbox gamer, I game everywhere, right? It is still going to take some years before Sony or PlayStation brand should even be worried about Xbox. They really should not be worried about last place. And I just wish Jim would now take the approach of stop being a dickhead, all right?
Preach it,
And a
baby.
baby and out here whinging because that's the exact same message and it's trickling down to that fan base, right?
Yes.
Just get back to business.
Yes.
Pump out the games. You've got the track record of quality of games. You've got the track record of being such a great, company. Hence why you're in the freaking position that you're in now. But the fan base is going to follow suit of how the bloody execs are acting. And when he's out here acting silly and carrying on with
Foolery.
his nonsense and foolery, then it trickles down the fan base. Hey, brother Mike.
Welcome,
in,
Mike.
brother.
Thank you so much for coming by,
it trickles
brother. And
down to
Mike,
the fan base.
if you're not busy, hold on, love. I'm sorry. Mike, if you're not busy, feel free to join. Okay? The door is always open. Go ahead, baby.
So, I would just like to see less of the. It's never going to happen. My wish. I'd love to see a unity between all gamers. But I live in reality too, and I know that's never going to freaking happen.
Yeah.
I don't get why. I mean, a lot of people. I sit back and I watch these morons, as I like to call them, playing the console war. And it does. It reminds me of fans of sports teams. But these aren't sports teams that you are supporting or whatever, or you're a fan of. They're just a piece of plastic that runs the game. And I say this statement all the time. We're not called consolers. We're called gamers.
Yes.
Right? Games are the core. Games are the forefront. All these boxes are good, yeah. Like a PC, they're only there to run the damn thing. It's not the console that gives you the experience, it's the game.
Yes. Yes.
And so, it does. It shits me. It's pissed me off for years to see, people on either side. And you've got to say either side, even though, albeit it seems more from the PlayStation side, because, again, they are the bigger community and they are, when it comes to this type of stuff, they are the most vocal.
Yes. Literally.
Both sides, I'm going to say, both sides have their people in there that they just can't praise anything good about the other when that site, that company is doing something good or has put a game out. And, so, again, it does stem from the top. And when it comes that side, I've said it many times, they got arrogant over there on PlayStation and Sony, very arrogant, very cocky. And it is trickled down from the executives all the way down to, I'm not going to say the majority, but I'll say a good portion of that fan base. And you see it all the time. And so I think for it to change, it needs to start at the top. So if Jim stops acting a fool and you know, all this jazz, and I don't know, starts being a little bit more complimentary and, you know, just get back down to brass taxes and business of games, and just compete, you know?
And there's nothing wrong with competition. You know what I mean? Because if you don't compete, how are you going to grow?
But that's it. You know, none of us with half a brain wants a monopoly, because we all know, we all can see what would happen if one of these companies had a monopoly. They'd get lazy, the game's quality would drop, and all that. So nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see any of these companies die out. I mean, granted, it does seem from the top down, from the Sony side, it is actually a bit of facts about it. They would like to see Xbox as a brand die. I think they were happy and nearly popping the corks off the champagne bottles last generation when Satya almost closed Xbox.
Right.
See, I think I say that whole stupidity, it needs to change. Like, don't be like that, because it's just that's all you're showing your fan base, and so your fan base like, well, if they're acting like that, we can act like fools too, and you know, like, and do all this. No, competition is good. Competition, it makes things better for us as consumers and gamers. We get the benefits from it, you know.
Yes. Yes.
I remember the days of Sega and Nintendo going back and forth, punch for punch, albeit more in a sort of a lot more friendlier manner, even though they were in competition.
Right.
But really that nastiness that there is today, you know what I mean? And the competition back then drove both companies
Oh, yeah.
to be better, you know, and do well.
That's right.
And that's what I want to see now. And that's what Sony needs to do. They need to pull their finger out, stop this whinging, and go, okay, we're not used to this type of Xbox competing. We're used to the type of Xbox that we've been Rick James in for years. All right, so they're here. They're taking things seriously. They're competing. All right, let's compete. You know? Make it like, instead of sooking and trying to basically bitch and moan to retain your position, work your ass off.
Yes.
To retain your position.
Yes.
Right? Make Microsoft finally getting behind Xbox and really making a competition of this. Make it light a fire under your ass. And you know, go gun ho. You know, punch for punch.
Right.
You know, this is a 15-round battle now, right? 15-round boxing match. Put your gloves on and get ready, you know. And I think, you know, as I said, if they can change the way that they are at the top, again, like it always has, it'll trickle down. And slowly that fan base will start to lose that arrogance and, you know, about it. And I'll put it this way. The whole company and fan base as a whole really needs to be humbled.
Yes,
And,
baby.
you know,
Preach it.
See this in other businesses, other industries, sport, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, somebody or a company gets too cocky, too arrogant, they need to be humbled.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of what needs to happen, because, you know, you look at the complete opposite, right? And they make this blatantly clear, all those Xbox executives, right? And this is why I feel, again, when you look at it from this, it trickles down from the top. So Phil and Sarah, they're out there all the time. I just recently seen them. They're praising Corey Barlog and that Sony Santa Monica team. They know they're in competition with these people, but they can sit there and give them credit and give them praise if they have put out a good game. They can sit there, which I've done in the past, and give credit to Jim Ryan and Sony for making decisions or doing something right when it pertains to gaming as a whole, right? But you don't see that from that side, right? And so because the Xbox executives are like that, again, it trickles down to the fan base, hence why you will see a good portion of the Xbox fan. They won't sit there and hate on anything PlayStation or anything like that. If they put out a good game like God of War Ragnarok, you know, you're going to go, right, it's a good game, looks good, plays good.
If I had a PlayStation, I would get God of War. Kratos is my boy.
Right.
I love Kratos.
You know what I'm saying? So it starts at the top, and things need to change at Sony if we're going to get that fan base, this perception and the way that they act to change. Again, like the Xbox fan base, when you look at a good portion of it, of the Xbox community here, they act and do things very similar to how the execs act, right? As I've just pointed out. And when that starts happening on the Sony side of things, we might have a little bit more happier gamers community as
and
a
less
whole,
whinging.
and a lot more unity. Because you might have a preferred device doesn't mean you can't get along with somebody or be friends with somebody.
Okay, like how it was back in the day. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Preach it,
We're all
baby.
gamers at the end of the day.
Yes.
We all share the same hobby. Doesn't matter what we're playing on.
Exactly.
You know? And it shouldn't. You know, most people, I will say, have a preferred console, or albeit if they're PC, because that's where their reason behind it is because 9 times out of 10, that's where most of their friends and family play. So it just makes logical sense for them to be in that ecosystem, if that's where they're going to get the most enjoyment and most playtime with their friends and that. Because, you know, as gamers, yeah, we do like our solo experience, but we do like playing with other people as well.
Right.
You know, and gaming's always brought people together like that.
Amen, baby.
So I would just, that's the big thing for me when it comes to the community as a whole. I would like to see better from the community as a whole.
Be as one again,
You know?
instead of this nonsense.
It doesn't have to be a bloody war. People don't have to be at each other's throats. Like, it's stupid. It really is stupid.
How you react in the gaming
know,
community is a choice. It's a choice, not peer pressure. It's a choice. So if you put yourself in that situation, that was your choice to be a console warrior. If you put yourself in that situation to be positive, then you add positivity to community. So everybody has a choice. There is no excuse for that. No excuse for that.
No. Because this band, like this hate and everything, leave that to the sports. Well, I get it with sports because, you know, sports fans are so damn passionate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's a totally different ballgame because, you know, that is very, very competitive. You want your team to win. You don't want your team to lose, you know. So I get it, and I get how heated it can get with fans of sport, most sports, right?
Right.
That does not need to be in gaming. The gaming community should not be like that. These two, or these, you know, 3 big players, will say, they're not sports teams. They're here to give us freaking entertainment. That's what they're
And
here
our
for.
escape from reality.
They're here to work for us as consumers. Yes, they're there as a business too, to try and make money as well. But
Yeah.
it's their job to work for us, right? Because we're the ones spending money on
Paying
their
them.
games, on their product, right? So it does. As I said, it doesn't matter where you play. You can be friendly. You can be polite. You can be respectful. You know, that's it needs to be done away with. That's probably the one big thing I'd love to see the community come together as a whole.
Yes.
To completely squash this stupid console war.
And not become a whole bunch of lemmings.
I even can't stand when I see people go, oh, but I only do it and I do it for shit. I don't care if you're doing it for shit because it's not funny.
You're just adding on to it.
It's not ha funny like you think it is. Ha funny is going to a comedy club and listen to a freaking comedian. Now that's funny. Or going to a comedic movie, right? Now that's funny, right? You thinking that there's anything funny in insulting, downing, all this shit that gets put out there in console. If that's funny to you, damn, you need to go and find a dictionary or thesaurus to look up what the fucking word comedy actually is. Because that's not comedy to me. All it is bullshit, and you're trying to cover your ass by saying, "Oh, but I'm only doing it lightheartedly. It's all fun." Oh, I cannot stand people, and there's so many of them pass it off as that. Oh, it's just for fun and game. No, it's not. No, it's not. 99% of you idiots out there that play it, you take it seriously. So don't cover your ass and lie to me and lie to.
And they
most
delete
people with half a brain.
their tweets on top of that.
Yeah, and so
Delete the
it's
evidence.
all in fun and go, oh, it's funny. People should be laughing, but no, not with how hard some of yous go and some of the wording that yous use. It's not a joke. It's not funny. And if you think it's comedy, well, whoever thinks it's comedy doesn't get comedy and doesn't understand comedy, because it's the furthest thing from fucking comedy.
Exactly. Exactly.
All it is, hey, again, you're covering your ass with the whole, oh, but it's just lighthearted. Nah, you're really upsetting people or upsetting devs when you're going after devs. When you're
let's not get started on going after devs and cussing them out and DMing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. That's
threatening
what I'm
them?
saying. And these said people are like, oh, but it's hilarious. No, it's not. So just stop being a bunch of children, and it's time to put the big boy pants on and grow the fuck up. Because most of us do not care for the fucking nonsense.
no.
We don't.
This is not high school. Like, get over yourself. Like, oh my gosh.
It's just pathetic that the majority that play into this thinks it's all freaking. I see it all the time, not a daily. People using it. Oh, people need to lighten up. It's fuck. No, it's not. It's not funny. It really fucking is. I'm not laughing. I never laugh about it. I don't like seeing a game get shut on just because it's not on your preferred console.
and they haven't even played it, babe, on top of that. Oh my gosh.
Just because a dev, and I'm going to use this dev because one of my favorite devs happens to be an Xbox dev, but like a dev like Obsidian gets shat on from the other side because their games aren't releasing over. Well, I'm sorry, you got your exclusive freaking dev teams over there too, right?
Right, baby.
That shouldn't matter if that dev, because as again we're gamers, if that dev doesn't matter where they're putting their game, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, wherever, if that game is fucking good, then that game deserves praise. Doesn't deserve to be shat on.
Right.
Just because it's not PlayStation or it's not Xbox or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's where people need to grow the fuck up. Like,
Yes.
I swear to Christ, I swear to God that 3/4 of this community, they might be adults by freaking number, right? But they are a bunch of fucking children. Like, a lot of these people, if they were still they'd be constantly getting sent to a principal's office and shit with the way.
This is why I don't waste my breath on Twitter. This is why I post what I post and be done with it. Cause like, what's the point? They're not gonna listen. So it's like, what's the point?
No.
They need a reality check.
I've said that before. It does feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, and you'd get more sense out of talking to a brick wall than some of these idiots at the best of times. But that's something that really needs to be improved, and people need to, as I said, to just grow up, set it aside, completely squash this, and let's be fucking adults, man. Let's enjoy what we're all fucking here to enjoy.
And have a civil conversation, for crying out loud.
The one thing we're all here for and share in common, which is our love for gaming and games.
We need more unity. We need more.
It needs to go back to the Sega and Nintendo days. That's what I want to see. Unity between, right? If you're preferred PlayStation and you got a guy over here who's preferred Xbox, take it back to those days. Hey man, you come over my place, check out some PlayStation. I'll come over your place and you check out Xbox. That's what I want to fucking see.
That's how.
None of this.
That's how
your
it needs to
console
be.
sucks. Your console shit. Yeah, well, it doesn't work. Nah. Just enjoy both. Enjoy the best of both worlds.
A lot of people have forgotten that because they're too caught up in other people's nonsense, and then they become a lemming and be just like them. It's like non-stop. Like, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
That's my two cents on that.
Sorry, folks, we're not trying to make this.
it.
We're not trying to make this whole thing about console war or anything, because I don't like console war. We're just getting our thoughts out there. So, but yeah,
it's just an area that needs a lot of improvement from everybody.
Yes,
people growing up and just as Miss Jade Cargill likes to say all the time, cut the shit.
yes.
You know, it just needs to be. People need to be better, and you know, as I said, this is the one community that really, you know, as I said, you go to sports communities and sports fandom and stuff, you see this and you expect this. This community shouldn't be that. It should be the escape from all that other stuff. You know what I mean? It should be the escape from you know, what everything else is going on in the world.
And you got it. Yeah, and you got. Oh, go ahead, baby.
There's such a divide when it comes to this gaming community that, let's face facts, right now, the gaming community is as broken as what the fucking world is.
Okay. Oh, we getting deep. Yes, baby.
Just facts. That's just facts, right? The gaming community is as broken as the fucking world, and you know, we all need to take a stand. We all need to change it. All right. And if you can't change, and just, you know, take the old sane approach. You got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
Be the change that you want to be in the world. Period. And you have to keep in mind, when it comes to social media, there's also people that's battling mental health. Really bad.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And these console warriors don't help people like that.
It doesn't. It just escalates it up here. It escalates it.
Those types of people got guided, you know, to come to a community like this, you know, thinking, hey, you know, this is going to be good for my mental health, or if the person's suffering with depression and stuff like this, because we can talk games, and gaming is fun.
Right,
like,
baby.
Fun.
Yeah.
And they get here, and they see the complete opposite. And I can tell you now, for someone who does suffer with depression and mental health myself, it doesn't help anybody with that. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. It's probably one of the biggest things that needs a big ass change.
And yeah. And
I'll say this all the time too. As much as I would love to see that, I just know it's just not going to happen, because there's going to be people that are like, no, we don't care what you think. We're still going to console war, and we're going to piss everybody off because that's what we like to do. Well, that's good. And you're a shit fucking human being too. So, you know, piss off out of my face.
There's like,
I'm just being straight with people on that. Like, you know, you want to be that way? Nah. You know, I'm like most of the people I follow. Like, you know, get out of my face and go do it elsewhere, because I don't care.
What people don't realize,
I don't care.
Oh, go ahead, baby.
I'm a positive person. I want people to come into this community of any walks of life, of any preferred console piece, wherever they want to freaking go. I don't care where you want to game, as long as you are enjoying your gaming. That's what I care about. As long as someone is enjoying their game, I don't care what they're playing.
Exactly.
You know. But I'm only one person, you know, and so one person ain't gonna change shit, and I know that, right? So, but that's what I want to see. Am I gonna get what I want? Probably fucking not.
Hey, that's just the reality. That's just being real.
No, as I like to say, it'll be like shitting in one hand and wishing in the other, and see which fills quicker. And I can tell you which would fill quicker. Shit. Shit.
Oh, shit. Oh my gosh.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Pyro.
He's like, I just woke up. I know the feeling. I was like that this morning. I was like, coffee. Coffee.
He's like, I can hear the spooks. I must wake. What's good, brother?
Oh my gosh. But One of my pet peeves, babe, when it comes to people with mental health, when they're trying to escape and be in the gaming world and they're having a good old time, is when a random comes along and tells them to off themselves. That crap pisses me off. Then, because I follow someone that dealt with that. You don't know them, but I follow someone that dealt with that because they're an Xbox person and they were being attacked by someone on the PlayStation side. What? And his thoughts went, like, okay, I want to take myself out type of thing. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they were posted about it. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I DM'd them trying to calm them down. I wasn't the only one, but just overall telling them that to know their worth. Don't worry about the negative static from others and just enjoy what they do. But everybody handles mental health differently. Everybody's dealing with it on a different level. But they're still on Twitter and everything, and they're doing better. But that kind of crap pisses me off when I see them bullied like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Because it's the worst, probably one of the worst things you could bloody say to somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially if they aren't in a real good place or a right headspace.
Yes.
Probably pretty much, because by saying something like that, being an absolute uncaring, disgusting, despicable human being, you've probably just gone and handed that person the knife or the rope. And I'm dead set serious on that. You have just by saying something as fucking stupid as that, you have pretty much just handed that person the knife and rope.
Yeah. And this is why when I meet people...
I hate seeing
Oh, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
I hate seeing it myself. I've dealt with it a couple of times, and I'm just lucky that I'm a strong enough person within to kind of just brush it off, but not everybody's the same. Not everybody's strong like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on, again, their headspace and everything like that. So, well, it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see, but it happens a fucking lot.
Yeah, that's the reality of internet bullying. Grown people, babe. Not high schoolers. Grown people. Somebody's daddy. Somebody's uncle. Females, too. Not just men. Females, too. I'm not leaving them out. It's ridiculous. Like, it all needs to stop. We're not in high school anymore. It needs to stop. We're supposed to be having fun gaming. We're supposed to be escaping from reality, having fun with our friends, not witnessing other people getting bullied. And I know people always say, oh, and I think I've even made a post about it, how like not everybody's your friend, like on social media. It's true. Like beginning of the year, I had a few friends of mine, I'm not going to name any names, that unfollowed me because of my opinion. And I was dealing with stuff mentally because of what happened to Spooky that I'm not going to get into, but people that know. And I wasn't right up here. I was being myself, but I wasn't really myself, and so I had opinions about things and I had people coming at me because they were offended and I was trying to apologize, but they unfollowed me, So it's like, I always try and be myself and respect people regardless of what they think. And it's like, I don't have time for bullying. I don't have time for that. So when it comes to people dealing with mental health, I take that personally. If you're attacking my friend, you're attacking me. So I'm not going to be one of those people just because this toxic person is cool with me doesn't mean I'm going to stand back and watch this toxic person bully somebody else that I'm following. You know what I mean? If that person's going to be toxic, I'm not going to be friends with them anymore. It's just that simple. I have friends in the community that's friends with toxic people, and they're cool with them because their name's not in their mouth. And when their friends get bullied, they don't say shit because, oh, I got over 9,000 followers. I don't care. I'm just about, whatever. I'm just being real about that. I see it. I've seen people that I used to talk to grow, and now it's like to them, you're down here because their popularity level's up here. So I'm like, okay, so you're going to sit here and let your friend get bullied by this toxic that respects you, but you're going to allow them to disrespect your friends? Okay, so they're not really your friends then. So you're basically using them. That's just the reality. And they get praised for that. But anyway, that's not my business. I'm gonna sip my tea. But anyway, we're gonna change the subject now, unless you got something to add to that.
No.
He's up there laughing.
I got out.
Go ahead, V.
Yeah, no.
I'm just being
pretty
real,
much
though.
Said everything I wanted to say on that. Otherwise, I'd pretty much just be repeating myself.
No, that's all right, babe. Go ahead.
No, it just it's one area of the community that definitely, it just needs improvement. You hate to see it every day.
Yeah.
That's why I do. That's why I do what I do on Twitter to help people in regards to, like I say all the time. You get on Twitter, and you got to sift through about 3/4 of bullshit before you get to something that's pleasant to read or nice. And so when you see Spooky doing his music videos, and that's what I'm doing it for. To give people a laugh or a smile, or if they think I sound good and they like the music, that's even better again too. But it's just so it breaks up the bullshit that people post on there, and some of it is horrible towards other people.
Yes.
And there's so much negative. So I try and be a positive beacon of light. And I want people to get on there. Hey, what's Spooky doing? What's he singing here? Geez, that's better than fucking reading 10 bloody posts of bloody console.
Okay, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I do what I do. That's why on my podcast with the boys, we made comedy such a big thing of it.
Yeah.
Apart from the gaming talk, is because we want people to come in. We're very inclusive. We don't care where you game, and we want people to have a laugh and a fucking good time. That's what I'm about. Having a laugh and having a good time. Giving people a laugh and making sure they're having a good time. I mean, I'm also a person that has always put people first before even myself.
I'm the same way, baby.
Everyone else is doing good. And everybody else is okay and they're happy, and I check up on people all the time. And I'd like to see more people, take that same approach. Obviously nobody. I'm me, and you're you, and such as them. So I can't expect people to be like me in that regard. But at least take a page out of my book, or even other people that you see on social or Xbox, whatever, PlayStation, that are positive, and just take a page out of their book.
Exactly.
It takes. I'll just leave it with this. It takes much less energy to be nice than it does to be nasty.
Yes. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh snap, the ending of the game's about to be revealed. She's about to see who she's been talking to. Okay, so anyway, Pyro says, Spooky, I'm depressed and I need to see the world burn. Let's play grounded based Jenga. Oh gosh. Pyro's funny, man. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
No, but those that are just joining the pod, the main topic of the pod is like which gaming consoles you prefer and why people step away from that certain console. It may be like lack of, I don't know, excuse me, like lack of, I don't know, it could be like what they have on the app or whatever. And I mentioned that I prefer Xbox because in my opinion, they have more variety in games. Everything is fully equipped. You don't have to wait like on the PlayStation side, how everything wasn't fully equipped when it came to like voice chat and all the other stuff. I feel like the voice chat on Xbox Live is broken though. I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that. Oh, the ending's about to be spoiled on the game here. You'll see what the twist. So anyway, yeah, just I feel like the Xbox chat is broken on the Xbox. But in my opinion, I just prefer it. I just prefer there's more variety. There's still growing to do, most definitely. And I agree with Spooky on, because we were talking about Phil Spencer, how he needs to, like, we love Phil Spencer. He's our dude, but he needs to take it up a notch on making things happen. Like, I get that he's respectful and he respects people from different companies, you know, doing their thing, but he needs to take it up a notch, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know, because everybody's like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's not, you know, he should get in people's faces or whatever, you know, just to make things happen. He should make things happen more, you know? So we're just hoping for that, you know? Is there anything you want to add to that, Love?
No, I mean, like, I just think...
He's like, you gonna get me started again.
No,
He's like, I'm trying not to get revved up on that.
When it comes to PlayStation, I would just like to see more variety, like they offered in the PS1 and PS2 era.
Amen.
Variety in their game genres.
Yes.
With Xbox side of things, I really need them to hit their dates next year with their games, because as much as we sit here, again, you know, we love Phil. We know he's a visionary. He's done really well with getting Xbox brand
Yes.
from being on death's door to where it is now. And him and his team have done a wonderful job. But if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I'm sorry. As much as we love yous and as good as yous are, the excuses, they're not going to cut it anymore as of 2023. The whole wait till next year, wait. Nah. Not when we as gamers are watching PlayStation get their games out and Nintendo get their games out.
Right.
If you can't get your games out, then you need to go and review people's jobs like Matt Booty and that, and go around to your dev teams and go and really look into what the hell is going on. I've said for the longest time, with the issues and the problems that the initiative have had, I want to know why nothing's really been done. It just seems like hands have been sat on. I would have, if I was in Matt Booty's, I would want to be over there nearly every day going, the only news that keeps coming out of this studio is people leaving it. Why? What's going on in the work environment?
Yeah, something's not right.
What's happening here? What is happening here, right? Right? If you do a complete end-of-year review and you find that, okay, he might be doing his job all right, but he's not handling the workload, and if he's not handling this workload, he's certainly not going to handle more teams coming in if this ABK deal goes through. Maybe he needs some help, right? Another area for, again, and I'm an Xbox guy here, but the one major weakness that I've always thought about Xbox, they have some pretty sad marketing.
Ooh, wait.
Please, for the love of God, go out and find a marketing guru and hire, because the advertisement, and I will give them props to this though, but 9 times out of 10, they're very poor when it comes, that's their weakness of theirs. They marketed the hell out of Persona 5 Royale. Where was that type of marketing for frickin' the final release version of Grounded? Because it kind of just released and nothing was said. I didn't see on billboards. I didn't see ads on TV. Didn't see it plastered on the side of buses, trains, or any. Right? Sony and Nintendo are so ahead of them on marketing. They need to go hire a marketing guru. To do away with that weakness, because that's a glaring weakness. Is they're terrible at marketing their stuff. Again, and I've said for the longest time, but we're 2 years into this launch now. They had a phenomenal, as far as I'm concerned, marketing for the launch of their series consoles around the world, with what they were doing in New Zealand, in America, the UK, the light show and all that. I thought, hey, this is good. Where's that been since, though? You can't just do it one day of the frickin' year and then don't do it anymore. Right? You need to be consistent with your marketing. And that's an area that I need to see improvement from. Big time.
You know, I'm going to tag Phil Spencer and suggest that there needs to be better marketing, especially when he just came. Well, we already knew this, but I didn't watch the video you did, or the interview on when he was saying this year wasn't the best year for Xbox. Everybody's like, you think?
Oh, well, I said, I love you, Phil. I love you, Phil. Yeah, and Phil's a great guy, but thank you, Captain Obvious, for pointing out the obvious. All right?
You're like, duh, yeah.
And again, I'm an Xbox guy, but see, unlike, as we talked about earlier, these brain dead, brainwashed people out there that can't seem to call something out when it needs to be called out. Plain and simple, and I won't just point it on one person here, but Xbox dropped the ball when it came to their first party this year.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no ifs, buts, maybes about it, because my question for the longest time is, I know you've been using all the excuses under the fucking sun for why certain teams or your teams have issues. My question to Phil, and I think an interviewer really needs to press him on this and not let him dance around the question. When your two competitors can get out first party games, what's your excuse? Because yous all work in the same environment under the same conditions. Yous all went through the pandemic, right? So what really is going? What? And I've had this question for a while. What really is going? Something is obviously not going right. Somebody, and I'm not going to say Phil, I'm not going to say Sarah, but somebody underneath them is not doing their job, in my opinion. Because if the other two dealing with the same type of stuff going on in the world and conditions and all that, if Nintendo and Sony can put out games, why can't you? Because I'm sorry, for me personally, your excuses don't cut it. There is no excuse. You've got zero game coming out this year. The other two have put out games. Right? That's real talk. And I do leave Grounded out of it because it's been out for a little while. I was in game preview, and I know, there's that, how do I say, that awkward ground when it comes to games on game preview, and then, they have the fun. Even that out of it. So doing away with Grounded, you got nothing. Right. And next year, I keep saying this, next year, on paper, it should be the year of Xbox.
I hope so. It better be.
To push back with the games that they had to push back, and the games that were always meant to be coming in 2023 included. If you fail that, I want to know what the fuck's going on.
Somebody's slacking.
Here, well, yous are out here saying all this stuff to really, all it seems is that yous are covering your asses on something, but there's something not going right. And I'm not stupid. Something isn't going right over there. Now, whether that's Matt Booty not pulling his weight and doing his job, handling the workload, or some of these teams are just in such disarray and the work environment is not good at all, a la the Initiative. Because let's face facts, that perfect dark game, that name, the Initiative, may as well be taken off of that because it's Crystal Dynamics' game now. They're pretty much doing the work. Mm-hmm. But why hasn't questions been raised? Why did Drew walk out, say it was for family reasons, a week or two later he's back at his old company at PlayStation?
Okay,
Insomniac?
For real.
Right?
For real.
And when he left that team, it started a fucking domino effect. There's been numerous people leave that team. Why?
Dropping like flies. Yes.
Why? Right? Why? And then why have you had to bring Crystal Dynamics onto it?
Okay.
And they've taken on majority of the workload. What the fuck is going on?
Somebody hiding something.
The person that's supposed to be in charge of all the overseeing this, right, I don't think is handling it or doing his job properly. It's one or the other. He's either not doing his job properly or he's trying his very best to. He just can't handle the workload.
Right.
And the amount of teams that he now has to oversee. If that's the case, ask for freaking help, man. Ask for help, because of your position, it all falls back on you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're the one who's going to cop it. Not just from gamers, but from investors and everything. So if you need help, go ask Phil for help. Instead of sitting on your hands right now, right, copping it left, right, and centre, because to the outsider looking in, it looks like you can't do your job properly. And you seem to be the only one who's not. Sarah's doing her job properly. Greenie seems to be out there doing his thing. Phil's going, doing the rounds and doing what he needs to be doing.
Right.
Right? And you've already made the... I knew it was a hard decision for him, because I know a lot of these guys and girls have come up the ranks together at Microsoft, right? Mm-hmm. They're all friends. And I've said this many times. They need to leave that at the door. I know it's your friends outside, but this is a business. Now, it took you a while, but you had to make the hard decision of getting rid of Bonnie Ross, because, let's face it, she fucked up.
No, that's real talk. She did.
She almost killed your number one franchise, right? They got your bloody brand off the ground. So you had to make that hard decision. Maybe do what I'm saying. Look into Booty. Do a review. Businesses do end-of-year reviews on executives and whatever. Mm-hmm. And if his review comes back and, as I said, it's one of two things. He's not doing his job. Mm-hmm. You get rid of him. You go hire someone who can do the freaking job.
Yeah.
Or, as I said, if he is at least trying his very best, which I think it might be the second case here, he just needs help. Because, they got 30-something teams now. The ABK deal goes through. That's going to take him up to well over 40 fucking teams that he's got to oversee. He needs help. So get him help.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help either. People can just be so stubborn. Oh no, I got it. So why are we failing then?
Exactly.
Why are we failing?
Exactly. And see, I'm not the only one who sees that too, right? And again, we can give Xbox praise for a lot of things, but there is certain little things here and little areas that I'm pointing out that needs cleaning up.
There's always going to be cons. No matter if you're Xbox, PlayStation, there's always going to be cons.
That's what I'm saying. Next year, games or your first party that you've now set. So your Starfield, your Redfall, I think it's your Forza Motorsport. Mm-hmm. I know there's a few others there. I think Avowed might be in there as well.
Yeah.
They all need to come out next year, whenever their release dates are set for next year.
Right.
Because if they don't, yeah.
Screwed.
It's
screwed.
No, I'm just going to say that expect a portion of your customer base to go, see you later. Because it will happen. I've seen it in this industry before. All right? It will happen because people are going to get sick of the bullshit excuses. They're going to more see it as, you've been feeding us fucking lies. We've had enough. We want to go somewhere where we're getting what we want as gamers. Because, let's face it, anybody that's been Xbox preferred, they've given that team the leeway. They've given them allowed the excuses. They've given them the time. There is some people that have been with Xbox since the OG Xbox. Been through every single generation with them.
Yep. Same. Yep.
Right? That have seen it all.
Yes.
Those people aren't gonna frickin' put up with it too much frickin' longer. You're doing a lot right, but there's still a lot that you're doing wrong. And you need to fix it. And as I said, 2023, you drop the ball again and you lose because right now you should win it. Clear as day, should win it on paper. But if you don't, if next year you drop the ball on a lot of things, I don't know what excuse you can come up with, because I don't think there's going to be an excuse that's going to be acceptable by the Xbox community. Mm-mm. I've given to them in a sense. And that's why I'm saying, you know, enough's enough. 2023, the train needs to leave the station and needs to just keep on steamrolling, because you have had plenty of freaking time and leeway. And the world, as we now know, is out of the pandemic. Things have started getting back to normal. Most work's back to normal. So the whole pandemic excuse just ain't gonna cut it.
No, it's not.
They need to get these games out. That's the thing that's hurting them right now. Everything else isn't. Everything else is sort of in a good position. It's the game. It's their first party games. You need to give people a reason that's to jump into your ecosystem, and right now you're just not giving them enough reasons to.
Giving them a reason to jump ship, most likely.
You've given them a reason to join Game Pass, yeah. Hey, this is good. It's good for your wallet and stuff like that. But they're not gonna. You know, a lot of those games in Game Pass can be played elsewhere.
Right.
And if they're already elsewhere, the consumer, they're not going to jump across to Xbox to play the same game that they can play over there, regardless, even if they have to pay more over there for it, whatever.
Right.
They won't do it. So this is why they need their first party to start hitting, to start enticing people. Hey, this is a reason to come into the Xbox ecosystem, whether that's buying an Xbox or just getting into the ecosystem via the PC or via your Samsung TV, soon LG TVs. Many ways. And that's the great thing that, you know, probably the biggest, greatest thing that Xbox is doing is that accessibility to access their games is just on another level.
Mm-hmm.
I praise them about that all the time. That's why I always say that there is a big difference between a PlayStation exclusive and a Microsoft exclusive. A Microsoft exclusive can be played on a lot more devices than what a PlayStation exclusive can.
Right.
And so that works for Microsoft in that favor. But again, they need the games. They need the games. And so Starfield, Redfall, Forza, they all need to release next year. No right. More delaying.
Yeah, no delaying. That would be bad. That would be bad.
No.
Pyros.
It just would be. Because.
Oh, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, go ahead, babe. No.
Oh.
I was finished then. You go.
Pyro says The Last of Us 2 had a major staff flow and turnover like McDonald's at ND, but the media did their best to suppress it, coming out that work conditions were hell, harassment, excessive crunch. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Every time I think of The Last of Us, I don't know, like I always think of people like going after the what was it, the voice actors because of Homeboy in the game.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Grown folk, man. Supposed to be grown. But anyway, this is the end of the podcast. I just want to say thank you, my love, Spooky, for being here and for sharing your thoughts. Your thoughts are always amazing. I love hearing your opinions on things. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this topic and more. And talking about mental health, of course, which is always a good topic to talk about because not everybody talks about that. So thank you.
That's my pleasure. My pleasure, love.
Pyro, thank you for being here always, brother. Brother Mike, the original Next Level Gaming, thank you for being here. Let's see, Miss K, my sister Miss K. If you guys don't know who Miss K is, please get to know her if you can. Follow her channel. She talks about weaponry and some other things that she gets into. She's off the chain, so check out Miss K if you can on YouTube. I think that's the only place that she's on for right now. She used to be on Twitter, but not anymore. But yeah, she's on YouTube. Battle Jeans, thank you, sis, for being here. Thank you. It's always a pleasure seeing you. Phasma, hopefully I said your name right. Thank you for being here. Did I say her name right, babe? I think I did.
Yeah, Phasma.
Because
Yeah.
Spooky would tell me, oh,
Yeah, you got it
baby,
right.
you butchered it. This is how their name is really supposed to. I'm like, sorry about that. No, I like to get people's names right. I don't like butchering names because I'm one of those people that would butcher sometimes. So nobody's perfect. Transformational Gaming, thank you for being here always. So yes, thank you everybody for your presence. Before I leave, there is an announcement that I would like. Yes, Pyro. There's an announcement that I would like to make here. Pause this game here. All right. Where's it at? There it is. Alrighty then. Where's the pop-up at? The Backlog Bastards will be back at it again on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. You will have a good time with these awesome men. The Breathtaking one, which is Spooky Sprocket, Bushido in 7, and Charlie Hustle. So feel free to join these guys on Wednesdays. You'll have a wonderful time. All right, you guys. I will see you next week, and I will also be updating you on some new stream information. On certain days, I will be streaming and podcasting. So there's going to be some changes in that. So I'll let everybody know on Twitter. All right, take care, you guys. Remember to play what you want whenever you want. Peace.
Have a good night and good evening, everybody. I'll catch you next time, Pyro.
Feeling the knocks inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless
Have a good night, sis. Always good to see you, Battle Jean. Thanks for stopping by, brother Mike. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Hope you're having a good time wherever you're out tonight. Oh, it's like 5 a.m. Yeah, it's nice. Hell yeah, morning. You like it, too? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start looking as a
Wow, Jazzy Gordon's gone hard on Twitter there with that post.
paradise with honesty, but
He's like, Twitter is going to die. Advertisers going to abandon ship. Don't see what will stop Google/Facebook rapidly making a rip-off. User base will completely split, killing Twitter harder. Debtors will abandon ship, realizing how bad they fucked up. Rest in peace, Twitter. And thank you very much, Elon Musk. Oh, Jazzy. Always forever controversial with a lot of his posts.